Okay, guys, in our last video, we talked about climbing in our vertical movement. This time, we're going to talk about clambering. Now, clambering and climbing are essentially do the same thing, they just do it differently. Clambering has the same rule where you can climb a object at a height of 1, but it also gives you the ability to climb an object a height of 2. So you could climb something that's up to 12 inches or less. Again, that would be 2 segments of the range ruler. So you may be thinking, well, if I can climb something that's higher and do it, why wouldn't I do that? Well, there's a danger when you're clambering. The idea is that you're moving much faster, hence the word clambering. It's more dangerous, and your units can actually take wounds, potentially die. And again, remembering that our rebel veterans here each have 1 wound, so there's 6 minis in this unit. If I take a wound during a ranged attack or an attack, or when clambering, I actually lose a mini because they only have 1 wound per mini. And so I'll show you how that mechanic works. Again, clambering is just like climbing. You have to have your unit leader in base contact with the terrain. That's step number 1. And then you have to figure out how high that terrain is. And what this does is allows you to determine how many dice you're going to roll. So I'm going to declare that I'm clambering, and let's just say this is height of 1 right here. Again, we've already agreed on that before the game. It's under 6 inches. We can confirm that. So we're going to say that's a height of 1. What I would do is grab 1 white dice per mini I have. So I have 6. So I'm grabbing 6 white dice, and then I'm just going to roll those dice, just like so. Now in this case, everything, whoops, let's roll those again. You don't get to do that in a real game, but hey, here, who cares? So in this case, I've rolled a bunch of blanks, and I rolled this save. So I would lose 1 mini. So if you roll the triangle here, the shape for a save, that's where you lose a mini. Everything else, you're good. But that's the risk. So you stand a small chance of losing a mini. So in that case, I'd lose 1, and I'll show you one more. We'll roll it. Man, these dice are really hot for clambering. That's not totally normal. It's actually more dangerous. Normally, you lose at least 1 to 2 minis rolling this many dice. Um, so that would be a great result for a climber. So all I would do is the same rules as the climb. I would just come up here. I'm going to take my mini unit leader, put him, make it sure he's in base contact with that edge there. I would put as many of these guys up here as I could. And then if I wanted to keep all these guys down here, they would just need to, again, be in base contact with this terrain within a height of 1. He's just right on top of the other guy. Something like that. As long as they're within range 1 and height 1 of the unit leader, they're good. It's a legal climb maneuver and it can happen. So now the benefit is, unlike the climb maneuver, these guys would have been done. Uh, Even though these guys, because of the standby action, they may still get a shot. I could now take a shot back at them. So it might be advantageous for me to just go ahead and put my full squad up here. If I clambered, I might really want to be putting the hurt on them. Come on. There we go. So they would take their shot. Let's say I lost a mini in the exchange fire. Now I'm putting fire back down and adding suppression, potentially taking out some minis. So clambering can actually really help you. And so I want to show you the one other thing I'd mentioned early in this video, that you could climb up to 12 inches, and I want to show you how that could work really quickly as well. All right, so in this instance, what I've done here is I've got another rebel trooper unit that's snuck around the back, and this actually we've declared this piece up here as a height of 2, and my trooper unit, leader unit, is in base contact with this. So if I wanted to climb, I couldn't climb because it's over a height of 1, and for it to be a legal climb maneuver, it can only go up to a height of 1 or 6 inches vertically. But I can clamber with the trooper unit and go up to a height of 2, which is 12 inches. So in this case, this is roughly double. This would be about 11 inches in real life, give or take. So I could, in theory, climb all the way up here, get up here, and then put some shots down if I really wanted to. But to do that, I have to roll 2 dice per mini. So it's a much more dangerous. So down here, I've got those 12 dice. I think you got to be a special kind of crazy or desperate to do this. But let's just see what happens. We're going to roll those. And again, these dice are just fantastic. Let me move this over. Nothing. That's just not normal. Let's try it again. I just want to see. That's amazing. Okay, well, we only lost 1 guy. I want to use these dice in real life. So again, same thing. I would put this up, and this is a great example of a spot where I'm not going to really be able to get. He may even fall off here. Yeah. In real life, you could probably get him right in there. In the game, this simulator's a little tougher. Let me see if I can come around this side and make it easier for myself. Yeah. So you could put a couple of guys up here, but then the rest would have to be down here. So, but that's how you would do a clamor coming up a range two. You just roll essentially two dice for every mini instead of one. It's extremely dangerous. These dice rolls that I had were very, very lucky. Definitely want to check the randomization there. I'm not sure what's going on. That's pretty incredible stuff. But that's how you clamor, guys.